And I will be teaching you how to do the homework assignment for ontological adjustment of scoring for this week's assignment. So why are we adjusting the scores? For comorbidities, there is not enough observations to accurately estimate treatments or other factors. So a lot of these observations are considered 100 or greater. So for us to be able to adjust the scores, we have to do certain things to be able to calculate it. And since there aren't enough observations, we have to make a broader concept within ICD-9. So first, we want to download the LR file found on the open source website found in our course content. And if you put in this code, you'll be able to see the different ICD-9 codes that are similar to I003. And these are the ones that we will be working with today. And so, because earlier we had said we wanted to adjust the score by making the ICD-9 scores, or the ICD-9 codes more broader, we are going to drop the digits and to create shorter ICD-9 codes, because the shorter that they are, the more broader aspects there are. So we will use this code. You'll select the ICD-9 from the database LR and then make these if-then make if statements. So basically what these if statements are doing is it inserts a string into another string and it looks for like another digit to drop. So in this you see if, and then the stuff means to insert a string into another string. So it basically takes the ICD-9 code and the second digit is the position of where the number should be deleted, and then the 1 represents how many digits is to be dropped. And then the last part of it is to what it should be replaced with. So in this case, the ICD-9 code is what we are trying to replace, and then the 7th position is where we want to delete it, and we're only deleting 1 digit, and then we're replacing it with nothing. And so we're replacing all of these different ICD-9 codes into ICD-9 shorts, and with this we're able to make a broader aspect of it. Next, we're creating a sum of each new drop digit. So with this, because you're creating these different sums as sums A, sum B, sum D, sum C, and sum D. And so the first two are similar, but then the next two are a little different because, as we said earlier, 10,000, or actually 102,747 total is a total number that are not alive, so they're dead, and then 726,878 are the total number that are alive. So for this, we're allowed to use that to figure out the sum C and sum D, and then we're placing it into a temporary one. And then next, we are doing the same thing for each one. So for each of the ICD-9s that we had just created in slide 4, so in this slide you see how we have ICD-9 short, 2, period, 4, 5, and 6. We're doing the same thing and we're figuring out the sums for each one. And we're placing it into different temporary databases. And so next, we are finding when A plus B is more than 1,000, and that's going to be our new A and new B. So essentially what we're doing here is we have a bunch of if statements combined together, and it looks really complicated, but I swear it is actually really simple to understand. So as we said earlier, the 100 is the threshold for the observations, and so in this statement it basically means that if the sum of A and B is more than 100, it will return the same A value, but if it doesn't, it will move on to the next if-then statement. And then if you get to the last one and you drop the 5 digits and it's still not over 100, you would still get the same return. And then next we're creating the new C, D, BD, and AB. So this is where we're calculating this new scores according to the ICD-9 codes that we had just created and revised. And so over here, just make sure that you're getting the same code and you're putting them into new temporary databases. Next, we're recalculating the LR. So we're taking all the new A, B, C, Ds, and AB, and AC, and BD, and we're basically recalculating that so that we can find a better score for each of them. And this is the result that you should be getting, or something very, very similar to it. If you do have any questions, please reach out to me or Nolan and we'll be able to help you with that. Thank you again so much for watching this.